Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to the Mayhem Morning Minute. I wanted to just touch base with you, go over a couple of things with you real quick. First of all, yes, I do have other clothing, but think of this as Mr. Rogers' cardigan sweater that he would put on every time he would go into the house. Well, every time I get in the car, I put this on rainy winter days. And that is kind of what we are dealing with here in central Alabama. Also, I would like to invite you guys to join us over on Patreon for my 2021 predictions, and I believe they're going to be spot on. It is pretty much just associated with the Patreon, so you would have to join. Something on the side of the road there. You would have to join the Patreon group to do that. Some very interesting stuff going on over there, and I consider it well worth the small price of admission. Bug out bags are silly. There, I said it. I think they're silly. And they are less than effective. I know a lot of people have those wonderful bug out bags. Here's what I would do, especially on a cold, rainy day like this. Take your bug out bag, take it out of your car or wherever you keep it, set it outside in the rain, come back and get it tomorrow. Open your bag up and you see how much stuff was ruined. I did that. Dang near everything in my bag was ruined. Now, some of the stuff that was in the dry bags and everything did not get ruined, but it got wet, and effectively it was not usable when I was ready to pull it out and either use it, wear it, or apply it. So if I couldn't do it when I pulled it out at that time, it makes you kind of rethink. Oatmeal and all the little packs and powders and everything, even though they're in the Ziploc bags, because of condensation, turns to mush. Might need to rethink that stuff. If you are doing a bug out bag and it's cooler weather, winter season, it might behoove you to put in a very small ultralight backpacking stove, like a little one burner. Those are not bad at all. Get a bottle of propane that goes with them, or a couple of sterno packs, something like that. Nothing like a quick fire. And I know everybody's got their 10 different ways to start a fire in their bag, and that's great, and it's really good. But sometimes you just can't beat an instant flame. I mean, that's just the way it is. Bugging out in general, I think, would be a waste of time, unless there was a forest fire or some sort of chemical spill. I did, in my lifetime, I have bugged out because of that. I guess if you lived in the path of a tornado and you knew it was coming and you did not have plans in place or a tornado shelter, I guess then that would be a good reason to bug out as well. So natural disasters, stuff like that, I can think those would be about the best times. But running off into the woods with my paracord and my K-bar and my AR-15, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna do all that crap. That's silly. And I know a lot of people enjoy doing that and building their bags and setting things up, and that is okay. And it's a good exercise it allows you to stretch your brain and do mental problem solving. And that's okay, for what it is, as long as you understand what it is. You know, here is my thing. I have generators and gasoline and diesel fuel and propane, not for when the EMP strikes and we're all grid down situation and we're all living like the road warrior. I actually have it for ice storms and when we have bad weather and tornadoes and that kind of stuff, because I have not had to do any road warrior stuff in my life, but I have to twice a year crank up the generator in the cold weather in the winter during ice storms. It's just the way it is. All the other stuff, while it is fun, it is silly. I don't even do that. I am almost to the point in my life I don't even read anymore of the prepper fiction books, because it just, to me, it just doesn't. Why do it? You know, the biggest disaster that could happen to me is a job loss or a cancer scare, something like that. That's scary stuff. Zombies, I don't care about that crap. That's silly. But it does help you to plan for the things that come up that you really didn't plan for. Now, if you consider an event you did not plan for, a zombie, you can adjust and tweak your plans. The CDC, the Center for Disease Control, realized that, and you can go to their website and look up zombie emergency plan. And they have a plan for a zombie event, which is a sort of bad weather event. So it's a good way, and it's interesting, and it's fun, and it is a lot more Hollywood. It allows you to get a lot more people on board. There's a lot more buy-in, I guess, when people think of it as preparing for an EMP or a zombie, whatever, event, something like that. I will probably label this video some sort of sexy, like bug out bags are a waste of time. But that's kind of a clickbait thing. And you'll see, I should get a lot of good responses out of it. But it's really just to bring you around and to introduce you to the fact that a lot of the stuff is just product that they want you to get. It's almost like hair gel or mousse. I guess you could use it. Maybe. Why? Because if you've already got the other stuff, then you really don't need the hair gel or mousse for your man bun. Oh my God. More to come. Let me get back on the road. Here we go. Alright guys, now we're back. We're doing a NASCAR turn. We're going high against the wall. There we go. Anyway guys, I just wanted to let you know my thoughts on that stuff. And it was kind of an accident. During the move that we did, I took my bug out bag, or my get home bag, out of the back of my car and tossed it on the ground and went inside. And then I came back out the next morning and it had rained. It had been a deluge. Everything was wet, everything was ruined. To a degree. Not to say you could not dry it out, But you know, when you're carrying, well, after it got wet, heck, you might as well say 70 pounds of heavy, wet, nasty cold. It kind of takes the fun out of your day. But think about that. I do think there is a necessity and a need for a car bag or a bag that you leave in a vehicle for seasonal changes, traveling. I do a lot of traveling with my job, and I have a tool bag, a spare bag for inflating tires, plugs, stuff like that for the tires. I also have a cold weather bag, which has cold walking shoes, insulated, I mean, as well as coveralls and stuff like that. But I do a little bit more extreme stuff. I might be working in up in the Tennessee, one of the national forests in Tennessee, 30 miles from anybody else, and my car breaks down or my truck doesn't crank. So I have to plan for those eventualities. In addition to having a phone, keeping it charged, having a backup charger, good battery, jumper cables, jumper box, stuff like that, just to help hedge my bets. AAA, a good credit card with a decent amount on it, a couple of pistols in the vehicle, a few $100s in cash. That's the kind of stuff that you use just to hedge against trouble on the road or hard times. One of the best things I ever did, and it's not very sexy at all, is get AAA for myself and my family. You just can't beat it. It's insurance. And if you do a lot of traveling like myself, you might consider there's a type of insurance for you called a traveling insurance or an RV insurance, even though you might not have an RV, but it is insurance that takes care of you if you are on the road and would also pay for transportation back to the state you're in if you had to be airflown to a hospital. And it's $15 a year, something like that. Odds are you'll never use it. That's fantastic, because that is an old Lordy Jesus event. Why am I saying all of this? The bug out bags are fun, and they get you on the path to problem solving and critical thinking. In my opinion, that is all they're good for. So, keep it, throw it in the back of your car or your truck, tote it around with you. That's all good. But make sure you have the other things planned out as well. I could talk for a year about this kind of stuff and do a series on just this alone. But in a nutshell, know what a bug out bag is. Accept it for what it is. And then treat everything accordingly. Alright guys, we're going to wrap it up again. Thank you guys for coming by. I hope you enjoy these Mayhem Morning Minutes that we do on the weekly basis, Monday through Friday. Weekends we go to regular videos and our live chats as well. I do these mainly when I'm traveling, just to keep base and keep in touch with you guys. Remember, if you want a lot more content that is a lot more in-depth and in-depth of a deeper nature, consider joining us on Patreon. Take care of you people, guys.